during our break, we had a few join us, and I'm going to ask them to introduce themselves, and then we'll continue with our conversation. Victor, lead us.
Okay, thank you, Susan. I am Victor Walusimbi, Budo Junior to King's College Budo, color yellow, Mutesa House, of course.
Finally.
Yeah. We show up in a great way. Yeah, I was Mutesa House Prefect, and obviously, as a result, the Bursary Prefect. Yes, for our year. That's me.
Hello, everyone. Name is James Mwebechiza. I was at King's College Budo 2018 to 2024, and I always state, by the grace of God, 2023-2024, I was head prefect. Yes. Thank you so much.
What house?
Which house? Welcome.
Oh, I was in Canada House, the only house that creates.
But you're shy about
It's the only house that creates head prefects. All of you can.
That creates head prefects?
Yes, please.
Do you know many head prefects are here? And none of them is from Canada House.
Yes.
I can testify to that.
My 6 years, 0 Canada House.
Please,
down the road. No offense to the other houses.
I think Canada got shocked that they got a
6 years in Budo, no Canada.
There's a one-off. I don't know what happened.
2016 we had Canada.
2016.
Yeah. I think that's when the streak started.
That's
We need to investigate a little further.
because the school administration had to make it. I had the school administration had to make it intentional. Canada gets something.
No house left behind.
That's what I had.
Hello everyone. My name is Masi Shalini Msiba. I was in King's College 2016 to 2022. I was house prefect for obviously.
You had to.
House, and I was the house prefect. Yeah. I'm happy to be here.
Thank you. Welcome.
Sean.
Hello.
Hello.
Good evening. My name is Sean Parimere. I was in King's College Budo from 2011 to 2016. Ghana House, black. Coincidentally, I'm black. Yeah.
Ghanaians always wear black. They kind of they're drawn to black. I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. I was school council chairman.
Welcome.
Hi everyone. My name is Grace Namabuchiza. I was Deputy Head Prefect 2020 to 2023, and I was in the House of the Ladies.
Let's go.
Yeah, at the Grace House. Yeah.
So the other was the house of what?
Men.
She said
House prefect.
Something Victor said when he was introducing himself. He was Mutesa House Prefect. Mutesa. And mentioned something about being the Bursary Prefect. What is Bursary? To those who don't know what Bursary is, and what was your experience in the different cohorts, the different administrations? How was that experience of running, managing, controlling, monitoring Bursary for you?
Before
Victor, I'll
cameras
start
came.
with you. Yes, before cameras came. Yes.
Oh, they're now coming.
Oh, there are cameras.
All over the school.
So you don't need Bursary Prefect.
I think so.
Well, we guys on the camera. Bursary is actually a road that runs to the school right away from sort of below the headmaster's house, goes round England and all the way to Upper Kololo. So it separates in a way the boys' end and the girls' end. So it's the Bursary Road. And in my time, you were the Bursary Prefect on the school's PC, Prefect's Council. If you were the house prefect for Mutesa House and Canada House. So it was the two of you for obvious reasons. You had to be the eyes for the PC. It's interesting because we had HPs who lived on Bursary. SP and DSP.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
But for some reason, they delegated that role to us.
Running the school.
They were that important. So, part of our terms of reference, together with other prefects, but for the two of us mainly, was to ensure that the Bursary Road was clear. What do I mean? There was nothing like dark cornering, or these days, I don't know, by another school it's called coupling, but
Dogging.
What?
Dogging.
Okay.
Dogging.
Mr. Busura introduced the term dogging.
That is very hectic.
Yeah, so that was our role, Susan. That was basically our role. It was difficult because that time in someone's life, kids are exploring.
Teenagers.
You have kabakas coming in, and boys, S5 boys, S6 boys running crazy over them. But then you also have young teenies or teenagers, S2, S3 trying to explore. You have, in our time, we had parties all the time.
Yeah.
House parties,
The rules.
victory parties,
Club party.
Club parties.
club parties. We had JDC. You remember JDC? So every after one of those, there was an episode of a horde of kids going down, girls end with escorts, and the likelihood to linger around.
It's very high.
So our role was to make sure it's clear, and to make sure that those that abused that particular area are brought to the DC of the DC.
Those who lingered longer than they should linger.
Who are persistent? Who are persistent? Not a one-off, but persistent.
I remember
That was us.
there's something about right now there's a lot of light. That time I remember these guys it was actually dark.
Yes.
These guys have lit pathways. So maybe there will be a few cases of the escorts crossing over.
Do you think it's now easier to monitor the bursary since it's lit, there are cameras? Or have we discovered ways,
I think
the blind spots?
they'll discover ways. Maybe you don't, because there was this thing actually during my time at Fort With. There was a very early morning fellowship.
Oh, quite.
Around 6 a.m.
Sunday morning. The prayer.
Sunday morning.
Yeah, the prayer meeting.
Before Sunday, yeah. So
6 a.m.
girls with intention.
On Sunday, where?
LT. It went to chapel then.
Yeah.
Just do it in LT lecture theatre.
Yes, so now it will be in chapel. So you find in the morning,
The
that
brethren.
you never even go for fellowships. Maybe early at 6 a.m. Actually 5:45. So that's
They're
6 a.m.
earlier than those who
The earlier that organize the chapel fellowship. And they are boys in by 5. And then when you find them, I'm going for fellowship. And you find such characters, and then you find they're not even in the chapel. Where are they? And because it's 6:45 in the prayer meeting, 5:45, but chapel is surrounded by very many houses. And sometimes during that time they could wear hoodies and disguise, and then they just disappear. And then next thing you see them, they're coming back with the people who have prayed, but they weren't in chapel.
Where were
So
they?
I do believe, as long as you are students, they will make sure to find a way. So I just think we just have to stay awake. Even though you're late.
When did this prayer meeting start? That is outside at such
No, it used to be there.
It had been there before.
Was
the
it
chapel. They
properly endorsed by the school administration?
Yeah. And I think they moved it to chapel to centralize, so they could monitor, because before it was in other locations and it was even harder then. So now they moved it to chapel thinking, here we can see who has come, but still. People use the term.
It was part of, I think, the contact fellowship. It's part of contact fellowship. So I think
contact used to be in the evening.
even that one was also there.
There were very many.
But she has brought something.
Many.
She has brought an aspect which I think we need to talk about how creative
Teenagers.
teenagers are very creative.
When you're in the prefect, you realize how creative a student is.
So from your perspective, because we are here to hear your side of the story, the prefects, how did you manage to, first of all, remember you had so many things you're balancing, the leadership role, the academics, but then there are these other extra activities on bursary, and you also have to keep an eye without causing a lot of many people getting expelled, to manage it through the DC of the PC of KCB. How was that for you in your time? And then I also want to hear how it was in 90 under Mr. Abauba, because I know he was a very strict one regarding that. Yeah.
I think in our time, I think it would be harder than usual because the people you'd actually have to deal with, people actually in A level, people who are grown, people in our your youngest, someone who is actually sit with them in class, but then of course you're hearing rumors she slept in Australia once. How did that
you guys? But these poems, these are heavy poems.
I'm sorry.
Charlene is saying
it's a very accurate depiction because it's your very so that exact rumor short story, like you'd be going up. Now you guys are thinking about the people who come in the morning during prayer meeting time, the people who are leaving. Bursary Road was no longer the issue because it wasn't the boys coming this side, it was the girls
staying there.
So it's Sunday morning and you're going to chapel, you're going to prayer meeting, someone is sloping back to house.
And chapel was just next to Australia.
Yeah, and chapel was just next to Australia, so it was easy, like someone.
You guys.
Chapel was next to Australia for 50-something years.
I think first,
Creative.
How
creative can they be?
No, I think it's also in the fact that the mess was our prep room as girls. And then mess was literally next to Australia. Like, there was like a small door.
Australia was in a mess.
So you would find, and the thing is that it was always the older girls. The young girls were actually very scared. We scared them.
Yes.
So you can do these things. But it's your classmates who are going to find a way.
What will you tell
I'm telling you, Ben, I'm going to report you. I'm like, you report me.
We see.
in Essex, what can you do?
And what can you do? And I'm like, actually, and you don't want to actually be in a bad spot because these are people you're going to leave school with. Actually people can, the whole girls then can decide to hate you. That's babe, how can you snitch on us? What? Be a girl. And you're trying to do what is right. You're supposed to have integrity. You're supposed to stand for what they took you for.
Yes. From Sean.
You see, you guys are looking only at Australia House.
I wanted to ask about South Africa.
There was the long Bursary Road where they would come from the staff quarters and then enter like England, Canada. I remember there's a time when in England house and we saw a girl coming up the stairs.
You guys.
It was like we had been shocked by it. But it was like an Essex girl, so you just
can't do
speak
much.
to each other, go enters the room.
I'm sorry.
You guys. Susan.
You need some water.
And so there was that, like they would come but it would be at night, they would wear a hoodie. And then they
so you don't know
and then they pass through the gate behind Ghana House, and they walk into the house and if you say anything, that's on you. And then there were guys who would also go to girls' end.
So where were the prefects? Because
I think.
please explain.
Help us.
Just to come in, as they were saying, but now Bursary Road was really a workload.
Yeah.
And as I said in the beginning, that team together, everyone achieves more. We realized that we had to do a division of labor in our time. I'm shocked he was Mutesa House Prefect and Bursary Road Prefect. Now, in our time, Mutesa was in charge of entertainment. I remember we even had to organize World Cup with Mutesa. I don't know, I think it was the nature of the person.
I'm the one who handed over entertainment to Mutesa.
Yes, great.
South Africa used to do entertainment, and then I took on Bursary. I used to work with the DHP, so I switched in. Because I was a chapel boy, I couldn't do entertainment thing, So
entertainment was a committee that was campaigned for,
But led
involved
most.
a lot of money. So just like S4, S6 government, people campaigned for entertainment.
the one who brought the movies in and showed
and
people.
collected at the gate.
Wait, what?
Paid for entertainment.
That was the real entertainment now.
We're not in the same show.
What entertainment was there during your time?
They just showed us horror movies. That was the entertainment.
Yeah, but you still paid to come and watch the movie. It was free.
So our time, Saturday, Sunday night, was when you'd be in the quadrangle, it's entertainment in the main hall, fellowship in the chapel.
See, but for us now, the entertainment
But you paid.
prefect actually went outside the school, chose the movie. It was a whole thing.
How much was that?
Do you know how much money that is then?
From the whole school.
500 shillings. Do you know how
That
much?
was $1, one bottle.
Was it only for boys?
So it was lucrative to sit on the entertainment.
Yep. It was highly competitive.
It was very, very, very competitive.
That is extra.
Venture.
I'm assuming the money was not extra pocket money, but yes.
So some people said business salary.
So we realized that there was a need. Of course, there was checks and balance. Of course, the HP was high, but then the DHP used to be a point of check and balance. Let me check these different
real
departments.
weights.
So there is a post that I know most of you weren't well known with, but it came up. I believe just like every liquid has a melting and boiling point, every human being has a breaking point. They have that point they reach and they're like, you know what?
I can't.
So we had a post that came up. That was in South Africa. So the South African prefect doubled as the defense or security prefect. Now, when I say this, people are shocked. They're like, is there a battalion? Are there firearms? Is it a CDA? But he was there, first of all, to make sure, do we have illegal gadgets in the school? What is in school that is not supposed to be in school? What are the illegal activities happening?
The statistics.
Is lights out? The statistics. Lights out. So we would be answerable. In our time, Mr. Twine was those, so we would be answerable to him. Then Anfield, we have talked about. They named the house.
Sports, Anfield,
Anfield was for the sports prefect.
Yeah.
Buckingham was for DHP. Then Olympus for HP.
Sports
so
and
Anfield,
chapel.
being next to Bursary Road, then took over Bursary Road. So you would find that not only actually in prayer meetings, there was morning trot. I don't know.
Saturday,
So the drum, DHP was in charge of the drum. So when the drum sounds, there is a lot of excitement, everyone is banging, you find that there is a lot of mix and all that. And you realize that the workload that was there, DHP was supervising communal work the previous day.
Yes.
And now this had to go on, someone had to watch over. So there had to be division of labor. But I have to say that when this happened, and then different people would take over, we had cases whereby when prep is done, DHP and the security prefect would have to escort all the girls and hand over to the DHP at Bursary Road.
Yes.
That means I was the last man standing on Bursary Road. So we later on realized that there was a need to have someone who was an insight, who was working hand in hand with the house prefects to know what are the statistics, what are the people you have in. I mean, in that way, you would have, it's very important in a school to maintain, as I said, one of the qualities of a Budonian, to maintain the sanity of the school. So the bravery for truth and have them inspect with different house prefects. So that is how we were able to combat in my time.
Oh, wow.
Defense,
you even needed a defense person. Wow, Grace. How was it, girls? And because clearly
Deputy
our
Head
brothers
Prefect.
it was a problem.
Security.
Girls and at my time, like he said, we had to draw a plan to see, you know what? We need to be the last people standing. So I had to make sure that under girls' PC, we had to make sure that we were the last girls. We were the last girls, boys, and if that means we could stop at 10:30, prep would end at 10. So the other boys could go in every class and chase out. But you see, like Jenny said, the problem came in with dear mates. You know, it could be prefects together with dear mates. So to convince our young mates And then, or for them to respect you, because tomorrow you're going to need them to discuss for you.
Yeah.
That's it for Yamet, never worked with us.
You don't turn with them like you're standing against one, you know.
Yeah.
So that was, I think that was the major problem. Like Yamet, especially Yamet, and like he said, like S6s, they could be like the ragas or the small. You could just hustle a raga, but then the major part.
What if you, the prefect, was also a rag?
There you know.
Making sure the girls PC were the last people, boys, and so we made sure we were the last people to. I think it came in Jitazia. They came in after him, so we would stop 10 minutes later, so that we made sure that all girls had those 30 minutes for us to clear class. Maybe if they remained after that time, it was a loophole we couldn't see. But at least
How many would you be?
The girls' PC. The girls' PC.
Girls, like 8 girl prefects.
Yeah, around that number.
And
so we would be very. The boys could chase them from Law.
Just wait.
We would meet around Mutesa Highway, so that's the all go at.
So you guys were herding cows or something?
It was for herding clear.
The numbers were much more.
Actually,
Not
we were
easy.
like 12 girls. That class had about 85 people. We were 12 girls, so the rest were boys.
So Harriet was saying something on her.
I think it's because we had
later
that
time.
mixed prep. Because back then it was girls are in mess and then boys are in their prep.
Yeah, after a while they introduced mixed prep.
Yes, like
Mixed prep.
Actually,
the idea of mixed prep having both boys and girls in the same prep rooms.
We're talking about the normal Monday to Friday prep.
Monday to Friday, like the boys would be in their prep room, in their
mixed
room, like boys only. And like, it was embarrassing. Let me say, prefects get you wearing slippers, so they would make you go like through the dining hall with your slippers. Yes, like yes, so when the prep
So
side
they'll be in mess, both girls and
no, only girls are in mess.
only.
But then
No, I'm saying the mixed prep.
No,
Now every
classrooms.
everyone has prep in their classroom.
Back to the classroom.
Like normal class hours. But this time
So now
it's
you
prep.
actually have to force people to get out of their prep rooms at 10.
Okay, that's more work. I
But
don't.
if in the the times we were there, the girl after mess, and you're going for prep, the boys had prep in the mess, and the girls went to
Extension.
lower block.
Yes.
So when prep ended, it was easier
Boys
because there is no mixed
Yeah.
class anywhere. So I don't know what now makes cause them to change that, because the numbers have increased. You need more eyes to monitor, and then you bring the problem.
But I want to ask, how was it during exams? Because during exams, it was intense. The people had to extend their prep.
Real
Naturally.
reading. Yeah, not just.
So, how was it then chasing people from being
Mixed prep.
intention on reading to go and sleep? How are you guys doing?
I feel like that's actually when it was easier. The fact that now they actually know that they have to read.
Yeah.
And then there's like shade or some other spaces that the girls can use in girls to study. It was actually easier to have them slope down only if someone was actually never intentional about their academics. So that's actually better.
Yeah, wait.
Yes.
Again, I can see these are different problems from
Yeah.
the time.
Very different.
So, how was it dealing with your classmates
Wow.
to have them follow the rules without, because I think it was different your time and Herbert's, yeah?
I think what happened during that time is, of course, our classmates would kind of confuse kindness for weakness. And that's one of the issues that they would use to select some prefects. You vote in someone you can twist, who is a little bit soft. And during our time, I think we're just lucky that 3 prefects were from South Africa, from Africa House.
Same as us 3.
Who are the major ones? That was prep, because that's very important in school, and mess.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that meant that during the African week, we had 3 prefects who are on serious duty now.
Yes, yes.
No foolery.
Yeah.
And what we did with our colleagues, because as they all mentioned, these are people you sit with in class, so you can't really push them around too much. So the trick we had is we tell them, guys, if you're late, just don't appear. Because we will embarrass you.
We're talking about like mess doors closed.
Yes.
Yeah.
You guys were also closing the doors on people.
So when the gong sounded and people are walking into mess, of course the juniors are kind of trying to rush to make the time. Our colleagues would come in, with swagger and moving and trying to show that I'm an S6 and so on. So what I would do is I would call out the S6. My colleague is the one I would call out. I wouldn't bother about the juniors because those ones, I just look at them and they would start. So it was mainly the girls, especially the HSC girls. Who always felt Digilos, I cannot run, I cannot do.
What did you call it?
So those are the ones those are the ones who would really
run.
call out. And then once they conform, the rest of the school just follows. So I call out the biggest guy. I said, Eddie, run. It's like, what did he say? Did he just tell his classmate to run? So the rest of them would then fall in place. And because we had a rapport, it's not like it was bullying them or being too strict and all that. But I would tell them, guys, you put me in a spot. If you come late, or if a particular girl comes late, now the whole school is looking and saying, let's see what
Prefect is going to do.
That girl who's coming is a cousin or they know something like that. So let's see what
Is a bursary mate.
those are the ones who have been a lot of trouble. They would say, I would meet them and tell them, if you are late, just don't appear. Because I'll surely slap your back. And that was very, very embarrassing for the girls.
The serve, right?
Yeah, so you just on the back.
I'm sorry?
For the girls.
For the girls?
Yes. Because the girls, I mean, to me, Potter was too much for them. Getting a girl to go back to my and so all I would do is a slight slap on the back. And that, of course, was quite embarrassing. So the sound is what would make everyone what just
Those slaps were...
So they'll say, what just happened? So during our week, we never have issues of coming late. A few, of course, were really stubborn and they'll do it. But you just think, and of course, being 3 prefects, I would choose the HSCs. I was the one to deal with those ones. And then my other 2 prefects can deal with the other people. So they would say, you're always weak. You don't have it.
You look a strict guy.
Susan, again on Bursary, I want to ask, because I have an experience.
First-hand experience.
For Bursary, I want to ask colleagues here how they dealt with members of the PC.
Where the HPs?
Especially the HPs, because these are your colleagues and you're leading the group.
So members of the PC
present here today
who are abusing Bursary. How did you deal with it?
In the name of they're also monitoring, but actually...
Last man standing. But
I can answer that. In our time, of course, Bursary Road was very dark. So the dark coloring,
that's where it came from, I guess.
And then we had what we called the woods. You remember those eucalyptus? Down. Now that was the problem area.
The woods.
That, the girls would cross, but they wouldn't get to girls. The boys would find a way of, crossing Bursary from maybe England
down there.
So, someone says we meet in the woods.
Wow.
Romantic. But I wouldn't say that we had serious issues with the PC. Yes, it could happen, but then what was happening is that in the meeting itself, they would bring it up and say...
Is it a Friday meeting?
You had the meeting before we went for Sunday.
Saturday night. Saturday night.
So the head prefect, of course, if something like that was happening, and you have a prefect, it might be a fellow S6, you just talk to the head prefect and tell him, you seem to be having a problem here.
Let's deal with
fellow
it.
PC member is moving out with so and so, and they are coming on Bursary Road at this time, blah blah blah, and all that. So in the meeting, they would mention it, and then they would tell the guy, bro, if you get to there, you might be in trouble. And the headmasters were also quite strict at the time. So
because the prefects had to lead, by example.
But at times you get some rotten egg.
Absolutely. We saw some of those.
Love is love.
Where are they right now?